What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I want to review episode 14 of The Bad Batch Season 3. That's right, we just got one more week of The Bad Batch, and after this episode, I certainly am excited about the finale. I mean, the beginning of this episode plays out a lot like I hope Season 3 is going to be. We have Echo and the boys attacking an Imperial ship, rescuing some clone troopers that are going to be imprisoned by the Imperials. I mean, I just love seeing the clones take it to the Empire and these early proto-stormtroopers. Isn't it just fun to know that the earliest part of the rebellion was actually founded by clones? But that said, Rex and the boys aren't just rescuing some clone troopers, they're also trying to figure out where the Imperials are imprisoning these clone troopers. And they're able to download some of the information from the ship about what's happening with the clone troopers, but unfortunately reinforcements arrive and chase them off. And of course, once they've escaped through hyperspace, they find out that they don't have a full data set and they need some help with the encrypted data. So this gives Echo an excuse to reunite with the Batch, and it turns out they're still on Pabu, where they've been busy for what seems like several months helping rebuild that city. But as good as this part of the story is, we actually get to see some more Crosshair. And as I've been predicting, Dr. Hemlock wants Crosshair to track down the Bad Batch and bring him Omega. But Crosshair is having absolutely none of it. Even though Dr. Hemlock would grant him his freedom, he simply refuses to do this. I mean, part of me is wondering, why doesn't he just go along with Hemlock's plan and then not capture Omega in the Bad Batch? But I think this is staying very true to the Crosshair character. I think in that last episode where we saw him kill his commanding officer, well, he made up his mind at that moment that he is through with the Empire, but more sadly, I think he's also made up his mind that he's through with being a soldier. And although we do see him escape his torture, it certainly seemed like his priority was to warn the Bad Batch that they were going to be hunted by the Imperials, not to actually escape. And though this is a very sad moment for Crosshair, it is his moment of redemption, something that we've been wanting to see. In the previous episode where he shot his superior, he was definitely rebelling against the Empire, and that was great. But now we very specifically see him protecting the Bad Batch, his brothers, and even more specifically, Omega, whom Dr. Hemlock points out Crosshair has very little connection with. So this in itself all makes for a fantastic episode, but we're not done yet. Tech, of course, is able to decrypt some of that information that Echo brought him. He uncovers that the clones were being taken to an unknown location controlled by the Advanced Science Division, and that the Advanced Science Division is run by Dr. Hemlock. But that's not all. He also uncovers the fact that Crosshair was a previous prisoner that was sent to this location, meaning that Clone Force 99 have a very difficult situation. Do they go ahead and try and rescue their former brother, and perhaps some other clones in the process, or do they simply stay on the beautiful island of Pabu and hope for the best for their brother Crosshair? It's certainly a difficult situation, especially because it's something that Crosshair might do to try and trap them, and in fact this might actually be Dr. Hemlock's plan B. Maybe he actually lets Crosshair escape and send that message to the Bad Batch, telling them that the Imperials are looking for them and that they need to lie low. Dr. Hemlock, after all, does seem like the type of genius that would know that the Bad Batch would come looking for their brother, and that they might even be dumb enough to bring Omega with them for that rescue mission. Overall, I thought this was a really solid episode, every bit as good as The Mandalorian Episode 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.